As a nation, Pakistan is relatively young. However, the land has seen ancient civilizations from as far as 9,000 years back. She has also suffered many invasions from Eastern Europe, Iran, India, Middle East, Uzbekistan, and lastly Britain, who gave Pakistan independence in 1947. With 241.5 million people, it is the fifth most populous country and has the second largest Muslim population in the world. Pakistan is a strip of land that sits between the Eurasian and the Indian tectonic plates, making it very prone to violent earthquakes. The last was only in 2010. The terrain divides it into the northern highlands of the Karakoram, Hindu Kush and the Pamir mountain ranges, the Indus River Plain, and the Balochistan Plateau in the southwest. Of the 14 mountains of over 8,000 meters in the world, 5 are in Pakistan. The famous K2 at 8,611 meters is the highest in Pakistan and the second highest in the world after Mount Everest. In the 1960s, a new capital, Islamabad, was planned next to Rawalpindi because the older capital, Karachi, is a busy commercial city in the southern coast exposed to attacks from the Arabian Sea. The new city is triangular, neatly laid out in a grid, and was designed by a Greek architect, Konstantinos Apostolou Doxiadis. He is the father of acoustics, the science of human settlements. The Faisal Mosque in Islamabad, named after King Faisal of Saudi Arabia, who donated $28 million, is the fifth largest in the world. It can accommodate 300,000 prayers. Unlike the traditional mosque, it has no dome. Instead, the 8-sided main hall looks like a Bedouin tent. A Turkish architect, Vedat Daloke, won the international competition to design. In the 3rd century BC, Buddhism spread to Pakistan and was embraced by the great Mauryan king Ashoka, who built this stupa, a hemispherical mound that keeps a relic of Buddha at Taxila. Chapels and a monastery were added. The famous 7th century Chinese Buddhist scholar Zhuangzhang spent some time here, and he wrote about the stupa. Unfortunately, Buddhism died when the White Huns from Central Asia invaded and killed the Buddhists. Later, Islamic invaders completed the rest. Although Islam had spread to Pakistan in the 8th century by Arab conquest, it took longer to reach the mountainous region because the access was difficult. In the Gilgit-Baltistan region, at the Shiga Valley, the first mosque, the Emburic Mosque, was built in the 14th century by a Persian preacher, Said Ali Hamdani, who had tried to convert Kashmir into Islam earlier. It has a Tibetan tower and a blend of Kashmiri and Persian flavor to the architecture. The Karakoram Highway in the Indus Valley is 1,300 kilometers long, connecting Abbottabad to Kashgar, the western frontier city of China in Xinjiang. A huge engineering project by both Pakistan and China, it took 16 years from 1962 to 1978 to complete. 820 Pakistanis and 200 Chinese died, mostly from landslides and falls. In 2006, a Memorandum of Understanding was signed to rebuild and upgrade the highway to accommodate heavy vehicles even in extreme weather. The Karakoram Highway crosses into Xinjiang in China at the Kunjarap Pass at 4,693 meters, the world's highest paved international border crossing. Nearby is the highest ATM in the world. The mountainous regions have been ruled by tribal kings for centuries. Even after Pakistan has become a nation, the government still gives them generous autonomy. They still receive compensation from the British government for having served under the British Empire. The Kaplu Palace was built in 1840 by the Yabdo Raja Daulat Ali Khan. The last Raja who lived there, Raja Zakaria, died in 2020. The beautiful Hunza Valley, with a distinct culture, was originally settled by Tibetans around 2000 BC. They were replaced by people from nearby Chitral, Swat, and later invaders from Afghanistan, Iran, Central Asian Huns, and the Umayyad Caliphate from Middle East. The last, the Trakan dynasty, came from Persia in the late 8th century. In the 19th century, Russia and Britain contested to dominate Central Asia as a buffer zone. For Britain, it was to protect her crown jewel, India. The second aim was to launch an invasion into China, having failed to do so from the southern coast. This contest, referred to as a Great Game by British political officer Captain Arthur Connolly, was like a card game of guesswork and deception. It resulted in 2 Anglo-Afghan wars and 2 Anglo-Sikh wars. In 1892, fearing that it would fall into Russian hands, the British invaded and installed Mir Muhammad Nazim Khan as the puppet ruler to replace his brother Mir Safdar Ali Khan, who fled to China. Hunza became a princely state under the British India and, after independence, Pakistan. In 1974, Prime Minister Bhutto ended the principality and incorporated it into the federally administered Gilgit-Baltistan region.